Have you ever wondered how life on Earth began? Can life spontaneously form from non-living matter? These fundamental questions have captivated human curiosity and scientific investigation for centuries. To shed light on these queries, we turn to the concept of abiogenesis, the process through which life arises naturally from simple organic compounds. Abiogenesis is not a straightforward topic. It sits at the crossroads of diverse scientific fields, each offering a unique perspective on the enigma of life's origins. From the laws of thermodynamics and the concept of entropy, to the complex chemistries that underpin life, to the information theories that govern biological systems, these disciplines provide a rich tapestry of insights into the emergence of life. Thermodynamics, for instance, grapples with the concept of entropy, a measure of disorder and randomness. Yet the inception of life signifies a leap from chaos to order, from disarray to complexity. How does this square with our understanding of entropy? This intriguing dichotomy forms the crux of our exploration into the origins of life. On the other hand, information theory, which studies the quantification, storage, and communication of information, has profound implications for understanding life's complexity. How does life's informational systems arise from a soup of simple organic compounds? And can these systems spontaneously organize into the intricate structures and functions we observe in life today? Then there's chemistry and biology. These fields delve into the nuts and bolts of life, unraveling the intricate dance of molecules and cells that come together to create the symphony of life. They offer tantalizing clues about the possible pathways through which life could have emerged. As we navigate through these fascinating realms of knowledge, we'll grapple with profound questions about the nature of complexity, the origins of life, and perhaps even the very fabric of our existence. This journey is not just about understanding how life came to be, but also about appreciating the awe-inspiring intricacy and beauty of the living world. Join us as we delve into the fascinating world of abiogenesis and the origins of life. Entropy and the second law of thermodynamics. They seem to favor disorder, but how does life in all its complexity fit into this picture? Let's break it down. In the realm of thermodynamics, entropy is a measure of randomness or disorder in a system. The second law of thermodynamics states that in an isolated system, entropy tends to increase over time. Picture it as a cosmic rule favoring messy bedrooms over tidy ones. Yet when we look at life, we see an intriguing paradox. The emergence of life on Earth represents a stark increase in chemical complexity, a leap from a disordered soup of primordial elements to the intricate structures of proteins, DNA, and cells. This seems to fly in the face of entropy, doesn't it? But here's the twist. The Earth is not a closed system. It's constantly receiving energy from the sun, and this energy can drive the creation of complexity. Life, in essence, can be thought of as a process for harvesting and utilizing this energy to create and maintain order. This dynamic not only applies to life, but to the broader cosmos. The universe, ever since the Big Bang, has been evolving, constantly churning out new structures, from galaxies and stars to planets and life, each more complex than the last. This process, called cosmic evolution, highlights the intriguing relationship between thermodynamics and the generation of complexity. Sure, entropy favors disorder in a closed system, but when energy is being pumped into a system like our planet bathed in sunlight, complexity can and does arise. The emergence of life is not a violation of the laws of thermodynamics, but rather a beautiful expression of them. However, this doesn't make the emergence of life any less miraculous or profound. It's a testament to the incredible creativity of nature, guided by the laws of physics, to generate complexity out of simplicity, order out of chaos, life out of non-life. Life's complexity seems to challenge our understanding of entropy and thermodynamics, but perhaps there's more to this story. Could life have emerged from a series of self-organizing chemical reactions? This question takes us to the heart of the abiogenesis hypotheses, which propose a step-by-step progression from simple chemistry to the dazzling complexity of life. Let's imagine the early Earth, a roiling cauldron of chemical reactions, where a dance of atoms and molecules, given enough time, begins to display patterns. These patterns, or self-organizing systems, hint at the early stages of life's emergence. Several models have been proposed to explain this chemical evolution. One such model is the RNA world hypothesis. Here, RNA, a molecule similar to DNA, is thought to have served the dual role of carrying genetic information and catalyzing chemical reactions. This dual functionality could have set the stage for the development of more sophisticated life forms. Another model, the iron-sulfur world, posits that life originated near hydrothermal vents in the ocean floor. Iron and sulfur compounds abundant in these regions might have acted as catalysts, driving the formation of more complex molecules. Yet another model, the lipid world, suggests that lipid molecules spontaneously forming cell-like structures could have provided a protective environment for the evolution of other complex molecules. These models, while varied, all propose a path from disordered chemical soup to ordered, self-replicating systems. But how do we square this with the concept of entropy, which favors disorder over order? And what about the sheer improbability of life's emergence? These are tough questions indeed. Some argue that the Earth is not a closed system. It receives energy from the Sun, which could drive the increase in complexity. Others point out that improbable events can and do occur, given enough time and trials. While these models offer intriguing possibilities, the question remains, how does life's complexity arise in a universe governed by entropy? The journey to answer this question takes us to the fascinating intersection of thermodynamics, chemistry, biology, and information theory. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this enigma. Life is not just complex, it's informational. But can entropy give rise to information? This isn't a mere philosophical inquiry, it's a fundamental question at the heart of abiogenesis. As we journey back to the early days of life, we find ourselves in a world where simple chemical systems started to behave in an intriguing way. They began to form patterns, to self-organize, and most importantly, to store and process information. This transition from mere chemistry to informational systems is a key milestone in the story of life. But how does entropy fit into this picture? Entropy, a concept from thermodynamics, is often associated with disorder. It's a measure of the number of ways a system can be arranged. The more ways, the higher the entropy. So at first glance, it might seem that entropy is the enemy of information. After all, information is all about order and structure, right? Well, not quite. It turns out that the relationship between entropy and information is more nuanced. Yes, information does require order, but it also thrives on unpredictability. In fact, the most information-rich message is one that you could not have predicted. And this is where entropy comes into play. Entropy, in a sense, is a measure of unpredictability. It quantifies the amount of surprise or newness in a system. So rather than being the enemy of information, entropy can actually be its enabler. This connection between entropy and information is even more apparent when we look at algorithmic information theory. This branch of information theory deals with the complexity of strings of data, such as DNA sequences. The more complex a string is, the harder it is to compress or simplify, and the more information it holds. And complexity, as we've seen, is intimately related to entropy. So, in the end, it seems that entropy and information are not so much at odds as they are two sides of the same coin. They are both manifestations of the same fundamental principle, the drive towards complexity and novelty that is at the heart of life itself. Entropy and information may seem at odds, but perhaps they are two sides of the same coin. Some argue that life's complexity points to a designer. But what does science say? Intelligent design theory, or ID, posits that certain features of the universe and living things are best explained by an intelligent cause, not an undirected process like natural selection. One of the key arguments from ID proponents is the idea of irreducible complexity. This concept suggests that some biological systems are too complex to have evolved from simpler or less complete predecessors through natural selection alone. However, the scientific community offers robust counter-arguments. Many point out that this is a classic instance of the God of the gaps reasoning, where gaps in scientific knowledge are filled with supernatural explanations. But as history has shown, many mysteries once thought to be the work of a divine hand have since been explained through natural processes. This does not disprove the existence of a designer, but it does caution against prematurely concluding design when we encounter complexity. Moreover, science has demonstrated how evolution can indeed produce systems that appear irreducibly complex. For instance, a key example, often cited by ID proponents, is the bacterial flagellum, a microscopic motor that bacteria use for movement. Yet research has shown that this motor is not irreducibly complex, as many of its components serve other functions in the cell, suggesting a plausible pathway for its evolutionary development. But let's not dismiss ID entirely. Some versions of the theory, like the idea of front-loaded evolution or fine-tuning requisites, offer more nuanced perspectives. These hypotheses suggest that the conditions for life were set up in a certain way from the beginning, allowing complexity to emerge. While these ideas are intriguing, they remain speculative and are yet to be substantiated by empirical evidence. While intelligent design raises interesting questions, the scientific consensus remains firmly rooted in naturalistic explanations. As we continue to delve into the mysteries of life's origins, it is crucial to remember that science is a process, always open to new data and interpretations. Yet, in our quest for understanding, we must be wary of attributing complexity to design without sufficient evidence. Our understanding of life's origins is still evolving. So, where do we go from here? As we probe deeper into the enigma of life's inception, we face several formidable challenges and unsolved questions. One of the most significant is determining the exact mechanisms that facilitated the transition from simple chemistry to the first self-replicating entities. How did the primordial soup, so to speak, give rise to the first flickers of life? While theories like the RNA world and lipid world offer compelling insights, they still leave gaps that need to be filled. Another conundrum lies in understanding how early life forms survived and thrived in the harsh conditions of the early Earth. What strategies did they employ to resist the forces of entropy and maintain their complex structures? And how did these simple organisms evolve into the diverse array of life we see today? In this quest, emerging technologies and methodologies are our allies. Innovations in fields like synthetic biology, astrobiology, and quantum chemistry are revealing new dimensions of this complex puzzle. With the power of advanced computational modeling, we can simulate the conditions of early Earth and explore how life could have emerged from chaos. A vital component in this expedition is the interdisciplinary collaboration between diverse sciences. The origin of life is a multifaceted issue that straddles the domains of physics, chemistry, biology, and information theory. By bridging these disciplines, we can approach the problem from multiple angles and uncover new perspectives. A future where we fully understand the origins of life may still be beyond the horizon. But every step we take brings us closer to answering one of humanity's most profound questions. We're not just unraveling the mystery of how life began, we're also discovering more about the fundamental nature of the universe and our place within it. The quest to understand life's origins is far from over. It's an exciting journey of discovery that continues to push the boundaries of our knowledge. So, what have we learned about entropy, complexity, and the origins of life? Our journey through the realms of abiogenesis and information theory has illuminated some key insights. We've seen how the second law of thermodynamics, with its favoring of disorder, seems to challenge the emergence of life, a process that represents a stark increase in chemical complexity from disordered beginnings. Yet, we've also discussed how self-organizing chemical systems could incrementally increase in organizational sophistication, a hypothesis that's part of the narrative of life's emergence. We've wandered through the landscapes of various abiogenesis models, the RNA world, the iron-sulfur world, the lipid world, and more. Each of these models presents a unique take on how life could have evolved from simple chemistry, and each has its own strengths and challenges when viewed in the light of entropy and probability. We've delved into the intricate connection between abiogenesis and the development of informational systems in early life forms. This exploration allowed us to analyze whether entropy prohibits or enables the generation of functional information, and to draw connections between entropy and algorithmic information theory. We also critically examined the theory of intelligent design, looking at its core arguments about irreducible complexity and the limitations of natural processes, as well as scientific counter-arguments against these views. This allowed us to consider the intriguing yet contentious idea of a directed complexity in the universe. Finally, we've looked at the frontiers of our current knowledge in the quest to understand life's origins, highlighting the importance of interdisciplinary collaboration and the potential of emerging technologies in advancing this field. In navigating this intersection of probability, complexity, and meaning, we've revisited the significance of our inquiries into life's origins and the nature of complexity. We've also unlocked additional philosophical dimensions that further enrich these discussions. As we continue to explore life's origins, we find ourselves at the intersection of probability, complexity, and meaning. A fascinating crossroads that promises to yield even more surprising insights in the future.